I ghosted my boyfriend of 5 years. I came over to his house one morning to surprise him with breakfast and a video game he wanted, only to find him naked, asleep, and with his ex curled up in his arms. He didn't hear me come in, so I closed his bedroom door and left his breakfast and game on the kitchen counter along with my key to his house. I went to my car, deactivated my Facebook, and blocked him on all other forms of social media. I then called my phone provider to change my number before driving off. I texted my family members and close friends that we were no longer together and blocked him on social media as well. I didn't tell him why. I was in a position to end the lease at my apartment early. I started a new job in a different city later that week. I completely removed myself from him and didn't offer a shred of explanation or opportunity for dialogue. I disappeared from his life after his betrayal, and I think it'll not only help me focus on myself without his presence, but I think completely shutting myself off from him will hurt worse than anything when he thinks of how good he had it with me these last 5 years. She sounds like Natalie Portman from Closer. She just ghosted him. She probably wore a wig and found a new man thinking she's having the best revenge. I wonder if she would go so far as to change her name and start a new family, change all the pictures in her house and have sample pictures of different family members. I have a frame in my house that says I love my family, and it's just pictures of random people from sample photos. And it does feel pretty good because you don't really know these people, but they look nice in your room, you know? Tripwire7 says, "That's not like regular ghosting. He knows why. He knows exactly why." I disagree because some girls think they're in a relationship, but it was never official, so she might have been crazy. Unwilling Goddess says, "Agreed. And still, sometimes ghosting is necessary to cut toxic people out of your life. It was absolutely necessary and satisfying in this scenario." Yeah, I guess. I mean, satisfying though. She never got closure. Uncle Danko. He asks the most important question out of this entire scenario, which is, what game did you leave there? If you left an important game there with the guy who had his ex curled up in his arms, you should just take the game with you. Don't leave him a game. He should have a pile of poop in his house, not a game. To wrap that all up, I wonder if she even got any closure or if she's satisfied from it. And if the guy is even worried about having her leave him. What would you do? Would you ghost somebody like that? All right, this next one is pretty heavy. I'm putting my extremely profoundly disabled 7-year-old in a residential facility so I can forget he exists. I'm not sorry. I can't tell anyone this, even my therapist. Lambast me if you want, and maybe I even deserve it. I only ask, what would you do if you were in my situation, not what you think people should do, what you would really do. I'm a single mom of 2 boys, 12 and 7. My husband passed away 3 years ago in a work accident. A very large portion of me believes it was a suicide. I can't see him ever making the mistake he made that caused his death. And he had taken an action just before that which ensured his coworkers weren't in the room. I fully believed he killed himself because of our younger son, and no one will ever change my mind. We were told when I was pregnant that he would have Down syndrome. We could handle that, even if it was severe. It turned out he had a chromosome deletion. His disorder is kind of rare, so I won't post which specific one, but suffice to say he'll never be anything more than he is now or has ever been. And what he is nothing. He doesn't appear to have any awareness and never has. His eyes are locked in one position. He doesn't respond to noise, touch, or pain. He is a total care. He is capable of nothing. He is tube fed and on oxygen. He is in diapers and will be forever. He makes no sounds, no attempts to communicate. He never even really cried as a baby. He has never made an attempt to interact with anyone or his environment. I'm not upset because I got a special needs / unquote, imperfect, unquote, child. I feel the way I feel because this thing takes up 200% of my time and does nothing. I didn't get an imperfect child. I didn't get a child. I don't love him. He doesn't have my personality. There's nothing to love. And yet I'm responsible for him. In addition to his extreme delays, he's also medically fragile. Respiratory crises, fecal impactions, his automatic nervous system doesn't function properly, issues with his G-tube, infections, pressure soars no matter what we put him on or how we position him. Our older son has suffered because his non-existent brother has colored everything in his life. He's had medical care get delayed because there's only one of me and his brother is more critical. We do have a visiting home nurse, but only 20 hours a week, and we aren't eligible for more. I was starting law school. I gave up my dreams and my plans for my children for this potato. My older son can't do a lot of things he wants to do because of my younger needs for care and appointments. The final straw was I heard a sound. I went into the younger son's room to check, thinking he had forgotten how to breathe again, and saw older son hitting him and screaming, "You're why I don't have a mother. You're why I don't have a father. You're why I can't have friends over. You're why I can't be in sports. I didn't ask for you. I hope you die." Instead of being horrified, I watched, and younger son just did not react. No signs of pain or fear or upset. No reactions at all. He breathes, but he's not alive. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know who his older son is. He has no sense of self, life experience, or awareness of his surroundings. He doesn't need to be in my home. He doesn't know or care where he is. He is genetically my son, but he is not family. My previously abused, brain-damaged cat who can't walk straight has more personality and is far more lovable than my child. In fact, I was looking forward to raising a Downs baby, even one with severe impairments. For that reason, with disability can come gifts. This boy is not a gift. He is a genetic mistake. I probably should have miscarried and would definitely terminated if I had known he'd be like this. And the flip side, if he has awareness, he's miserable. And there is nothing I can do. If he has likes and dislikes, no one knows what they are. If he is in pain, he can't tell anyone. If he wants anything, he can't communicate. He's had every imaginable therapy. Nothing has made a difference. And so, he's leaving our home on the 29th. I feel excited and relieved, and then guilty because I know we'll be happier with him gone. He's already taken my husband and my son's father. He was working so much overtime to pay for this cucumber's care. For the experimental therapies insurance wouldn't cover, because this one was going to be a breakthrough. He was tired and defeated and disappointed. He sought counseling as well, but I don't think he could ever say the words, "I don't want my son in my home," either. He's ruined my older son. I was so wrapped up on the younger, I never realized how ignored and damaged he was. He lost his father too. I didn't just lose my husband. He is my priority now, and this malignant lump can be someone else's problem. At least they'll be paid a wage to care for him. At least they'll get a break from him when they punch out. I just never want to think of him again. I'm not sorry. And for that, I'm sorry. Thanks for reading. I'm not really sure what to think about this, but I just imagined like later on, this child becomes like very gifted with the Force and was like coming up with like the energy of the Force, and this like destroys her later on. Like he becomes like the ultimate of the universe. She does have a lot of names for him. My mom used to call me like really nice names like Sweetie, but she called her son like, you know, potato, cucumber, malignant lump. That's pretty cool, I guess. I'm looking back at the story. The brother is what, 12, I think she said? I mean, he's capable of doing things too. Like he could be in sports. He could go to like some game after school. I mean, he doesn't have to blame the little kid. I mean, that's not nice. I think the older brother is kind of a potato. If Stephen King is listening to this, I think you should write a book on this. This really sounds like it's up your alley. So the top comment is, I work with profoundly disabled children every day, so I probably understand better than most. Unfortunately, in the vast majority of cases, a, quote, miraculous, unquote, treatment for brain disease doesn't exist, especially if there was nothing there in the first place. Most times, the best you can hope for is to slow the progression of damage. I'm sorry for what your family has been through, and I wish the best for you. I honestly didn't think that even existed. Like, I didn't know there was a chromosome deletion. So that's why I really thought, like, the story was, like, it just wasn't real. It sounded like someone was trying to troll me or something. Fun Optanium states, take your other son to Disney or some other vacation for the week on the 30th. Also, get counseling for him and for you when you get home. Yeah, that's gonna make everything better. If you just take all your kids to Disney, it's gonna solve everything, you know? All the health problems, it's gonna cure the other son. Dead Monkey says, honestly, I think that may be the best/only choice for you. While I can't understand exactly what you're going through, I've seen how bad it can be for parents of children with any disorder. It may sound cruel, but I hope doing this can help in the bond between you and your older son. I hope everything becomes at least slightly better for you. I mean, yeah, we don't know what she has been through, so we can't really like judge anything there, but I don't know. I don't know what I would do. And in conclusion, I feel pretty bad for the son that was put in the mental facility. Like, his mom called him a potato and nobody loves him. Let me know what you guys think down below. Put a thumbs up and subscribe.